Nobody tells you what really happens when you start growing. They talk about success, confidence, and inner peace. But they never mention the uncomfortable parts. The moments when you don't even recognize your own life. This isn't a motivational video. This is the truth, the kind of truth people usually learn far too late. Growth doesn't start with a loud bang. It starts quietly. It begins with a whisper in the back of your mind. You start questioning things you used to accept without thinking. Conversations that once felt normal now suddenly feel distant, almost foreign. You can't quite put your finger on it, but you just feel that something is off. And that confusion? It's scary. It's deeply unsettling because no one warns you that growth begins with discomfort. It starts with the feeling that the puzzle pieces of your life no longer fit together the way they used to. One of the very first things that changes is the people around you. It doesn't happen overnight. It's slow, almost imperceptible at first. Some people stop checking in. Others just seem to drift away, like ships passing in the night. Them start treating you differently, with a subtle coldness or a new distance in their eyes. And you're left wondering, did I do something wrong? Did I say the wrong thing? The truth is much simpler, and also much harder to accept. You just outgrew the version of you that they were comfortable with. You changed the script, and they didn't know their lines anymore. And let's be honest, growth isn't empowering at first. It's exhausting. You think more. You feel deeper. You find yourself replaying old conversations, dissecting every word, every silence. You start to see how often you ignored your own needs, your own voice, just to keep the peace, just to avoid rocking the boat. And that realization hurts. It's a sharp, painful sting because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to pretending you don't know. That awareness becomes a part of you, and it demands change. Here's another hard truth no one tells you. Being kind doesn't always protect you. Your loyalty doesn't guarantee you respect. The effort you put in isn't always returned. Some people don't actually love you. They love the access they have to you. They love what you provide, whether it's comfort, validation, or just an easy ear. And when that access changes, when you start setting boundaries and prioritizing your own well-being, they change too. Suddenly, the person you thought was a friend becomes a stranger. It's a brutal lesson, but a necessary one. Growth doesn't end with a grand celebration and fireworks. Often ends with quiet acceptance. You stop forcing connections that no longer feel right. You stop over-explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You stop shrinking yourself down to fit into spaces where you've outgrown. Your life becomes quieter, but it's not empty. It's just honest. You start to build a life that truly reflects who you are, not who everyone else wants you to be. And that's the part no one ever talks about. That quiet, honest space. That's where real peace begins. This process feels incredibly lonely because it is. You're shedding an old skin, and for a while, you feel exposed and vulnerable. You might look in the mirror and not recognize the person staring back. Your interests change. Your priorities shift. The things that used to bring you joy might now feel hollow. And the things that now light you up might seem strange to your old self. This is the limbo of transformation. You're no longer who you were, but you haven't fully become who you're meant to be yet. It's a strange, disorienting middle ground. During this time, you'll also have to grieve. You'll grieve the friendships that faded away. You'll grieve the person you used to be, even the parts of them you didn't like. You'll grieve the future you once imagined for yourself, a future that no longer aligns with your new path. This grief is a vital part of the process. It's the emotional clearinghouse that makes space for the new. Ignoring it or rushing through it only prolongs the discomfort. Allowing yourself to feel that loss is an act of self-compassion. And then, slowly, you begin to find your new tribe. You start attracting people who resonate with the real you, the one you've been working so hard to uncover. These connections feel different. They feel easier, more authentic. There's no performance required. You can just be yourself, and that is enough. These people aren't drawn to the role you played. They're drawn to your essence. They see your growth not as a threat, but as an inspiration. They celebrate your boundaries because they have their own. Finally, you'll learn the most important lesson of all. Your own company is not a consolation prize. It's a sanctuary. You learn to enjoy your own thoughts, to find peace in solitude. The frantic need for external validation fades away and is replaced by a quiet, steady, internal confidence. You become your own best friend, your own staunchest advocate. You realize that the entire journey wasn't about becoming someone new. It was about returning to the person you were always meant to be, before the world told you who you should be. That is the true gift of growth. It's not about the destination. It's about coming home to yourself. So if you're feeling lost, uncomfortable, or lonely on your journey, know that you're not doing it wrong. You're doing it right. This is what growth feels like. It's messy, it's painful, and it's absolutely worth it. Keep going. The peace you're searching for is on the other side of this discomfort. Thanks for listening. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more honest conversations.